Hello everybody, welcome to another Godot tutorial. Before we start, I do want to just say thank you to all of the supporters and new subscribers that we have. I will display 5 people on the screen. And while we're talking about subscribers, I do want to take this into account that only 15% of you are actually subscribed. So subscribing would be heavily appreciated, and you might get a shout out just like those 5 people. Make sure to subscribe and like. You can also turn on notifications if you do subscribe. It would be much appreciated. But let's get into the actual video now. So first we want to open Godot. When this menu opens, you want to create another thing. We're going to call this tutorial, and I'm calling it tutorial. You guys don't have to. You guys don't have to create another thing. If you're just using this and you already have one, then you're good to go on this part. I will be creating a new one. And then once you boot in, you guys don't have to do this, but because this is brand new for me right now, we are simply going to go into asset library, and I'm going to go into block code. This will get me my character, which I will use to demonstrate what this scrolling effect could be used for. And then if you want to actually get it, download that and then enable it on here. This will allow it to show up here, and you can actually use it. Now we create a 2D scene if you don't already have one. If you already have one, that's good. Now we're just going to add a child node, and I'm going to start out with creating an actual character. And then in that character you want to add a collision shape 2D, and then you also want to add a sprite 2D. If this is too much for you, you can go into a longer version where I'm actually explaining how to do all of this. I have a full video on it. You guys can watch that. And then for your character, you're gonna need one of these if you have any enemies or something that the player can get hit by. If you don't, then you're good. And then in this, I'm just gonna again use the pre-made icon that Godot already has. For now, I will replace it with an image that I have downloaded for this tutorial. It will be replaced. But then now, what you want to do is add a parallax 2D. Parallax 2D. In that parallax 2D, you want to add another sprite. That will be sprite 2D. And then I'm going to quickly, if you have a specific image you want, you can add your own images. I'm going to add these 2 images. One is for the character and one is for the background. First, I'm going to add the background. What you do is you just put it directly into there from your files, and then grab this from here, and then bring it onto the sprite 2D, and it will bring your image into the game. Next, what you want to do is scale this up to whatever size you want. This can be used in many different ways. For today's video, I'm going to make it go up or backwards away from the character, and then instead of the opposite way where it's scrolling by X. Now what you want to do is click on Parallax 2D. You don't need to change anything in Sprite 2D. You go into Parallax 2D, you go into Repeat. This is needed. So when you go into Repeat, I'm just going to do 100, and repeat time just basically means how many times you want this image to show up here. When you do that, you need to do a repeat size. You got to change this because it changes where your image is on the thing. So see, when I do that as 500, it goes 500 in both ways. And then what you need to do now is just find what size exactly it is and change it to whatever that is. and now you have your scrolling thing. But next, what you have to do to make it actually scroll is not this, but you go down to auto scroll. In auto scroll, you just change one of these two. If you're doing X, you will obviously have the image show up on this side. When you do that, it'll just, if I can demonstrate, it'll just do the opposite of what I did there. It'll just show there, and that's what you do. But for this one, we're just going to do this, and then we're going to make it change auto scroll by 50 studs or -50. I have no clue which way it's going to go for that 50, so for now I'm just going to do 50. And then to make the character actually show on top, you do want to bring parallax to the top of this, not the bottom, because that will make the character show below it. And then for the character, I am going to change it to this. If you've played arcade games, you would know exactly what I'm trying to recreate. This is the simple arcade shooters for planes. I've always thought those were cool, so I'm recreating that here. And then what you can do is, I don't know exactly what the front of this is, but now that we have character, I'm going to quickly script our code to make the character move around and do stuff. Of course, you don't have to do this. It seems like block code is not working at the moment, so I'm actually not going to do that. But if you guys do want a character and want to do block code, you guys can actually do that and learn it from there. I will have the video probably shown in the top corner or linked in the comments. But because this code is not working right now, sometimes it just doesn't. We're just gonna leave that. So yeah, don't do anything. And then once you go into this, it'll ask you to save it, and then all you gotta do is save. And then when you start up your scene, you will notice that it is scrolling. This is, remember, this is how you make the scrolling background for your games. Of course, you can layer multiple, and you don't have to do just one image. If your image isn't taking up the whole screen, then you can obviously add a few more, and you can layer them, depending. Also, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it all. We did get 3 new subscribers since the last video, so I heavily appreciate that. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.